A very good morning and welcome to the National Aquatic Centre here for the third and final day of the Home Nations Championships. We start this morning with a couple of great games in the women's side of things, and up first we have England and Wales at 9:30, followed by Ireland and Scotland at 11 o'clock. Two cracking games, and Ireland with the chance to claim victory on home soil should they beat Scotland in the second of the two ladies' games. Following that, we have the men's competition, and England can be victorious should they beat Scotland at 1:15, and we will conclude the proceedings from the weekend here in the National Aquatic Centre with Ireland and Wales at 2 o'clock. I'll be joined on co-commentary with Mick O'Kane, of course, at that time. Coming up on your screen now to the left-hand side will be the procession and presentation of both the England and Welsh ladies teams to the crowd building here in the National Aquatic Centre, and then we will have the national anthems, and we will have full live commentary on HBV from 5 to 25 past 9, about 5 minutes before the initial swim off. So lots to look forward to here in the National Aquatic Centre this morning, and what should be another fantastic day of water polo. We've had a couple of great days from Friday right through to yesterday with 6 bumper games, and now 4 more games to conclude the weekend. So both teams, as I say, will be presented to the crowd here building in the National Aquatic Centre, and a very big congratulations to Swim Ireland and to Ireland Water Polo on a fantastic tournament. It's the first time that the Home Nations has been here in a decade, and following on from the very successful tournament in Coventry last year, Dublin has played its part in hosting a very successful and enjoyable tournament here. So the teams, as I've said, will make their way out now from the left-hand side. The tournament director is just giving them their final instructions, and the teams will emerge. And in fact, here come the Welsh team now. So we will have the procession and the presentation, then we will have the national anthems, and we will see you back here for full live coverage of England and Wales.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're very welcome to the final day of the 2023 Women's and Men's Home Nations Tournament. Our first match in the water this morning is England versus Wales. Ladies, please put your hands together. Oh, sorry, teams are already on deck. In white hats, we have England. Number 7 and captain Kelsey Evans. Number 1, Maddie Calthorpe. 2, Harriet Dickens. 3, Lottie Winstanley. 4, Amelie Cornell. 5, Rachel Tebeck. 6, Lucy Blankenship. 8, Ruby Rosser. 10, Holly Toon. 11, Amelia Brooksbank. 12, Amelie Perkins. 13, Madeline Brown. Head coach, Kathy Cutler. Assistant coach, Rose Younger. Team manager, Victoria Dickens, MBE. In blue caps, we have Wales. Number 5, captain Eve Burns-Thomas. 1, Chloe Ralph. 2, Mally Evans. 3, Sarah Rogers. 4, Natalie Smith. 6, Megan Curtis. 7, Jodie Davis. 8, Emma Pern. 9, Joanna Chesworth-Rickards. 10, Charlotte Turpin. 11, Millie Purchase-Smith. 12, Rosie Griffiths. 13, Natalie Taylor. Head coach, Darryl Ward, who happens to be 50 today, so we'll say a big happy birthday to him. Assistant coach, Hannah Hinton. Team manager, Kathy Chesworth. Please be upstanding for the English national anthem. Please remain standing for the Welsh National Anthem. Our referees this morning are Mr. Carl Witts from Ireland, Mr. Paul Metcalf from Scotland, and our delegate is Mr. Stephen O'Brien from Ireland.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the National Aquatic Centre for the third and final day of this Home Nations Championships. We start, of course, with some women's action. It's the final round of fixtures between England and Wales, and then Ireland and Scotland coming up. Mick O'Kane's on co-commentary. Good morning, Mick.
Good morning, Kieran, for day 3, and unfortunately for us, the final day. I have to say, if it was on for another 5 days, I would happily be here with HBV live stream, Ireland Waterpolo, Swim Ireland, here in the fantastic Aquatic Centre in Dublin.
Mick, it's been, as you say, an absolutely fantastic couple of days of water polo. We were treated to an absolutely brilliant day yesterday and some fantastic games, and a couple that stick out was that Ireland-Scotland ladies game was just fantastic, and then Ireland and England ladies produced an absolute cracker, as did the Welsh and the Scottish ladies.
Indeed. You know, in fact, talking to all the players, all the coaches, who fundamentally it's all about them. You know, we're just here primarily as fans with their own fan base, but they've all said they really enjoyed the tournament, they're really enjoying the facilities. They've been so impressed with everything from the setup, the warm-up pool, the warm-down pool, even saying the walk-through. They feel that they're playing in a high-level octave arena. So credit to everybody there on that, and we expect the teams to give their all again this morning.
All right, so the permutations are quite simple. England will need to win and hope Ireland don't to claim home nation's glory, and Ireland will be hoping that Wales can do them a favour, but it doesn't really matter because if Ireland win, they win anyway. So the Irish team will be in good position and will take a slight look at this one. Yeah,
and look, you know, for Wales, having had the victory yesterday, they'll want to keep that type of positivity about what they did yesterday. So expect Wales to, you know, like they said on Friday, not give too much respect to Ireland. They certainly won't be giving too much respect to England.
No, absolutely. Well, the initial swim-off has been won there by the Welsh number 4, Natalie Smith, and Wales shooting from left to right. They've changed their caps today to the navy ones. Obviously wearing the white with the navy yesterday would have been a clash with England's white and red. So Wales are playing from left to right in this first quarter, and they are inside the English 6 metre line now, and there's a chance for...
and Kieran, straight away, what I like about this is Wales, when they were playing Ireland Friday, they were being pressed high, but they're now they're driving in, so they're not gonna sit back and be bullied around. They're gonna move and try to get themselves into better position early on. That's a good sign.
Yeah, good start for the Welsh. Now England trying to work something, and we've seen with England they have some really good young players coming through, and a chance on there.
Nice.
Initially coming in from Lucy
well marshalled by Rosie
Blankenship.
Griffiths there from Sheffield, the 18-year-old.
You were very impressed with the youth on both sides, Mick.
Yeah, you know, it's been a team this entire weekend, development of young players. So, you know, both coaches are very keen on that, and we're seeing that again this morning.
Yeah, and here's an early chance for Wales, but a good hand from Maddie Caltrop, and England happy enough just to get the ball down to the Welsh half of the pool, and there's a chance now for Rachel Tibke to work something. And early doors we see that I don't think Emile Perkins or Holly Toon are in the pool. They've had 2 great tournaments so far.
Indeed, and you know it's nice again from the head coach that she's given all of her bench, all of her roster an opportunity to play, Kieran. That's a good sign from a coach that you're not going to just lean on the star players. You want the up-and-coming players to have the opportunity to be in the starting 7. Every player in Waterpolo wants to be in the starting 7. So well done to the head coach for getting other players on the pitch this morning.
Yeah, and here's another young player with a bright future, Emile Cornell, the English number 4, the Liverpool player.
Absolutely. Amelie from the City of Liverpool team has 10 junior caps and has been with the England under-17 teams, EU Nations. So she's continuing her progress, and great penalty, great goal.
Yeah, good start for England. That is her 4th goal of the tournament, so a really good weekend for her in Dublin. Wales with Joanna Chesworth-Rickards trying to work something, but it's been well won back there by the penalty scorer Cornell, but illegally so, and it's a free for Wales. And Rosie Griffiths, 3 goals so far in the tournament, and Wales are trying to work, and they've tried to get into that central area, but well mopped up there by Amelia Brooksbank. And it's now in the safe hands of Maddie Caltrop, and Maddie just decides to go way out to the right-hand side there and look for Ruby Rosser. And Ruby, as quick as she had it, got it inside towards Rachel Tippett again. There's a chance for England with Cornell again, but good keeping there from the Welsh keeper, Chloe Ralph. And Chloe's had a really good tournament for Wales, very alert on the goal line.
She was well supported there by Sarah Rogers of the Otter Club, so Sarah did well there to marshal that and nullify that attack.
Now a big switch of play from Wales, trying to come down the right side, or potentially shot, and a good shot it was, but a good save. The shot came in there from Eve Burns-Thomas.
Yeah, of the Welsh Wanderers side. And, you know, Welsh Wanderers in both the women's and the men's have been really well represented. So credit to the Welsh Wanderers club again for producing such fine players.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was a chance there for England, and it was a chance for Rachel Tippett to get a second goal in this first quarter. But again, Chloe Ralph alert to it, and she's now allowed Rosie Griffiths to swim into the English half of the pool and try and make something work.
And again, Kieran, look, I'm liking the fact that there's intent in this Welsh side. They're driving through. They're not just sitting back and being pushed around. They're far more structured. So having those two games, and particularly the win yesterday under their belt, has given this Welsh side a bit more confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a good effort there from Joanna Chesworth-Rickards, but well dealt with by Maddie Caltrop. And it went out for a corner, and the corner has been a successful one because Wales have a penalty of their own now. And it looks as if the Welsh penalty will be taken by Emma Pern, looking to get her third goal of the tournament. So Emma, oh, what a wonderful save. Really good hand there from Maddie Caltrop. And it goes out for another Welsh corner. A really good save. The first penalty save we've seen in this tournament. And Wales will be disappointed with that, but good save from the English number one, and a chance on there for Emma Pern then to get a bit of redemption, but well dealt with, and it's back in the safe hands of Maddie Caltrop. Good defending from Amelia Brooksbank, and now it's out with Cornell, and it comes out to Harriet Dickens, and Dickens was being fouled there by Rosie Griffiths. So England just inside the Welsh half of the pool trying to work something, and there's a switch across and maybe a chance of a shot, but instead Ruby Rosser decides to go back, and it's come across now to Harriet Dickens, again being fouled, and Dickens with the quick shot, but well blocked down there by Rosie Griffiths, took any sort of sting out of it, and it's back for Chloe Ralph, and Chloe Ralph plays a long one looking for Eve Burns-Thomas, and Burns-Thomas has done well to get away from Cornell, but Cornell was just a wee bit too aggressive there, and Wales have a chance deep into the English side. And good retention of the ball, and a good effort and off the bar.
Lovely effort.
Chance there from Sarah Rogers.
Yeah.
Crossbar coming to the aid of England, Mick.
Yeah, but look, you know, 1-0, and Wales absolutely from that victory yesterday in that tight game against Scotland. They look a different side to me, Kieran, this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, yes, they look to be getting better with every game they play. But this is a really good English team, and there's a into the hole now. Oh, what a beautiful finish. Really good from Lucy Blenkmanship. That's her third goal of the tournament, and that was worth watching again.
Oh, that was a really, really great goal. And for our junior players looking in this morning, being able to get yourself into centre forward, hold off the defender who's trying their best to get the ball from you, and then a backflip. Oh, great goal, Kieran.
Yeah, absolutely, and she did really well to hold off the attentions there of Joanna Chesworth-Rickards and then beat Chloe Ralph. Both very impressive players in this Welsh team, and she did it with quite some ease there. So good start for the English. They're 2-0 up with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, really, really nice goal from Lucy Blankenship of the City of Manchester team.
Yeah,
only 15.
Again, youth on the side. A really good steal there, can I mention, by Emile Cornell on Charlotte Turpin, and she set England away with a really good attacking chance here, and the attacking chance was for Holly Toon, who's just come into the pool, but Holly was slowed down. Good defending by Wales, and they're just going to try and work the ball out now with Rosie Griffiths, and Griffiths just pops a straight ball down the line and trying to get Emma Pern back into it, and it's gone inside now, and there's a real chance, left-handed chance there for Turpin, but a really good defensive hand.
Yeah, real
from
nice
Keely
steal
Evans.
from Kelsey Evans of the Tilsley team, a University of Manchester student, vice captain of GB under 19. So very, very good defending from Kelsey.
So once again, England trying to work something. And it's with Amelia Brooksbank. And she's played it into a central area, but Joanna Chesworth-Rickards did really well defensively, and eventually it was mopped up by Jodie Davis.
Yeah, I think head coach Darrell Ward for Wales will be relatively pleased with what he's seen from his Welsh team at the moment. They're really playing well. Here's another opportunity.
Yeah, and a chance for Wales deep into the English half of the pool. Trying to engineer something that will beat Maddie Caltrop in the English goal, and they might have a chance through Sarah Rogers. Rogers looking
Sarah
for
Rogers!
finding.
Oh, bum, 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 bum.
That is
what
an
a
absolutely
goal.
beautiful strike from Sarah Rogers.
The Otter player, well done. I'm sure the Otter teammates and friends and families looking on at that this morning on HBV live stream. We're really pleased with that really lovely goal from Sarah Rogers. Getting Wales on the scoreboard, 2-1.
Had to find the space there, Mick, and she found it very well and found the back of the net with a lovely finish. So 2-1, we have 90 seconds left in the first quarter, and this game is delicately poised going forward. Really good start to the action here this morning, and down to our left-hand side we can see both the Welsh and the Scottish and the Irish teams getting ready for their game. Meanwhile, this was a really good effort there from Emile Perkins, but the crossbar came to the rescue of Chloe Ralph and to the Welsh. And Wales with Joanna Chesworth-Rickards now going to try and drive down the left-hand side. She's trying to maybe find a pass.
Looking at Megan Curtis, is she free?
Find, as you say, Megan Curtis, or maybe find that little pass that can unlock this English defence. They've decided to go wide, but really tight defending out there from
Megan looking to. Oh, nice drive.
Yeah, back to Chesworth-Rickards, and she's trying to work something, but she's been really well attended there by Keely Evans. And in fact, the shot clock has expired and England turned the ball over.
And again, Kieran, that's one of the important parts to notice for Waterpolo, is that the players themselves need to be aware of the shot clock. Wales have it back.
Yeah, and a very important steal there by the Welsh number 8, Emma Pern, because that looked as if Emile Cornell was in for a certain goal. So Cornell just across to Griffiths, and now looking for Chesworth-Rickards. And out beyond her, she wants, is Jodie Davis.
And interesting,
But she's gone for the shot.
Amelia Brooksbank is marking from front on in terms of the hole, so that the centre forward. So that's attempting to block the pass to the centre forward for Wales. In that case, Megan Curtis is certainly a target for the Welsh team.
Yeah, oh, good hand, Chloe Ralph. Really good hand there to deny Amelia Brooksbank her first goal of the morning, or would have been her second goal of the competition. Good right-handed save there, Mick.
Yeah, at one end Amelia's defending, and then there she is up in attack. Brilliant play.
So a lot of this action early doors coming through. Cornell trying to give Perkins a chance to extend her tournament tally, but she could only fire over from close range. And we have 2 seconds left here in what's been a cagey enough first quarter, Mick.
Indeed, Kieran. I mean, that's been for both sides, that has been a good opening quarter.
All right, well, we will see you back for the second quarter in just a moment. All right, welcome back. So we've actually got a misprint on two programs here. On mine it's Keeley, and on Mix it's Kelsey. So it is in fact Kelsey Evans from Tidsley is that utility player. So
Indeed, we just ran down to the coaching team there to verify Kelsey's name. So apologies for anybody listening in. Fans of Kelsey, it is Kelsey Evans, and it'll be Kelsey from here on in.
Technology and misprints, Mick. All right, so the second quarter about to begin. And Wales have won the swim off, but really well done by Perkins to nearly win it back. And Wales do eventually get it into the safe hands there of Millie Purchase-Smith. And Wales trying to work it out wide here.
And Kelsey is in the water, marshalling well there in the back.
So Charlotte Turpin has it, trying to get away from Harriet Dickens. Got a good ball into the centre forward area and a chance for Wales.
Oh,
good enough effort there from
yeah,
Megan Curtis.
I felt she could have popped it out to her colleague there on the wing there, but she went for goal.
So England now trying to work something with Perkins, and Perkins being fouled in the centre forward position. So a penalty.
And good morning again to my North Dublin teammates and colleagues. We have Carl Wilkes refereeing again this morning. Carl doing a fine job. Very good referee. Equally good player.
So Emile Perkins. Oh, the crossbar denies her, Mick. That would have been her 11th goal of the tournament.
Yeah, that's the rub of the green, as they say, Kieran. But it's important for Wales because it keeps the score 2-1.
Yeah, so a little bit of luck for Wales in the opening minute of the second quarter. Meanwhile, it's Joanna Chesworth-Rickards who gets the ball across there now to Millie Purchase-Smith, and Millie just trying to engineer something, but she's getting really good and close attention there from Kelsey Evans. And the shot came in, but it's rebounded off Maddie Caltrop's save, and was the Welsh player found in the area? I think she was. And there will be a chance for Wales now to draw the game level.
That looked a penalty to me now, Kieran, it has to be said. And in fact, what was brilliant there is that she fought so well to claim the ball, and she got the penalty. She got her just rewards.
She did. It was Megan Curtis who was doing the fighting, and Megan Curtis did a good job. And I'll tell you who else did a good job. It was Maddie Caltrop. That's an excellent save from the spot. It was Millie Purchase-Smith who took it, but a really good two-handed save from Maddie Caltrop.
Fantastic save from the mid-Sussex lady. 19 years of age. That was a really good save from Maddie.
Yeah,
She's had
a really good finish from Emile Perkins. That is her 11th goal of the tournament. And just at one end, we spoke so much about this yesterday, about momentum and swings. It could have been 2-2. It's now 3-1, and England will be delighted with that 30 seconds of play.
Yeah, I mean, Amelie Perkins has had a phenomenal weekend. The Cheltenham centre forward, 15 years of age. Amelie has really played well. That was a great finish from Amelie. Well done.
Wales again now trying to work it, and they're going to have to go wide because their centre forward being well marshalled in there. And again, they're just trying to drive the ball and use the flanks as best they can. It's a real scrap for possession in the central areas, and that real scrap to possession has led to a really good steal from Rachel Tibken. She's driving down the right side. She has options to her left. In fact, she has three of them if she wants them. One of them is Perkins. She decides to go herself, and a good save from Chloe Ralph, but has she won it back? I think she has, and tries to get across the line.
My Lord.
But a right forearm there came in from Ralph,
what
and eventually
a scramble.
Wales have got the ball out, and that was a really good tussle in a very tight area.
Brilliant last-ditch defending from the Welsh back line and their keeper, and they succeed in winning the ball back.
Yeah, just looking down at the English bench there, that hands in heads. They couldn't believe that it hadn't gone in and that England hadn't extended their lead to 4. So England leading 3-1 here. Shot comes in, but it was a wild kind of a shot.
Wayward there, but that's okay. Sometimes players get a sense that they have an opportunity, so we won't take any negatives on that. She had a go. However, England have scored. So
yeah, fantastic goal.
We talk about the accuracy, and at this level of water polo, Kieran, if you're going to go in and walk the ball in, you at least want to be hitting the goal, hitting the cage, hitting the keeper. If it goes over, the danger is the team can move quickly downfield, and that happened there for Wales, unfortunately. So England now 4-1.
Yeah, and it was a really good assist from Holly Toon. She's been really good at finding those killer passes all weekend. And that time it was Harriet Dickens who did the damage, and England are 4-1 ahead here in Dublin. So they're doing their part of trying to win this home nations tournament. Meanwhile,
and England coming on the back of a big game yesterday afternoon against Ireland. So England will want to get another win under their belt.
Yeah, absolutely. Wales, really well read there. And England trying to take it out now with Cornell after a really good rob from the number 8, Ruby Rosser. And Maddie Caltrop led it forward, but I think the referee has spotted an infringement there by the Welsh number 10, Charlotte Turpin, and she's now exiting the action. Meanwhile, England have a chance with their number 10, but it's gone back in for Dickens. And Dickens has got her second after another assist from Holly Toon.
Yeah, really nice goal from Harriet, the City of Manchester utility player. 9 England GB Junior caps 9 and 11 as captain England under 17. So we talked about Harriet yesterday. She really is a top class player.
Yeah, she's really showing it this morning. 2 goals to her name. That's 6 for the tournament, so she's had another really good tournament. And one thing about this English team is, in the opening game we saw how good that Holly Toon and Emile Perkins link up was. In the second game, Holly Toon started doing more of the scoring, and now Harriet Dickens has stood up. So real good options for England, but a really good effort there coming in on the far side from Mally Evans, but it was one that Maddie Caltrop was equal to, and it's gone out for a corner.
Yeah, and it just shows that this Welsh side are not phased by what they see in front of them, and they're really fighting hard to keep themselves in the game.
Yeah, Millie Purchase-Smith doing some illegal tackling there, but England have set themselves a really good chance of extending their lead, and that chance taken by Lottie Winstanley, but it just went to the right and wide of Chloe Ralph's goal. So Wales looking for movement again. They're happy enough to go down that left-hand channel as we look at it, and Emile Cornell still hasn't got the hat back on her head, and a hand in there coming from
Sarah Rogers, fighting hard to try and win the ball there in centre forward position.
So Kelsey Evans doing the dispossessing there on Emma
Wales
Pern, and now there is a
nice
chance
pass
for
into Sarah.
Wales.
And she wins another penalty. So Sarah Rogers is really working hard there in the middle, in the hole as we often call it, in the pit, at centre forward. And again, she's won a penalty, Kieran.
Yeah, good win there. There was lots of action on this near side, Mick, but as you were describing, lots of fighting going on in the hole, and Rogers did really well to win the penalty. And this penalty will be taken by Charlotte Turpin. Charlotte looking for her 3rd goal of the tournament. Left-handed penalty taker. Yes, Charlotte does exactly that and finds the bottom right-hand corner of Maddie Caltrop's net. And that just pulls Wales back into it, 5-2, and we still have 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, really nice finish penalty from the Solihull player, 16-year-old wing driver. So she took the responsibility and she put it in the back of the net.
So all to play for here. Loads of time left for Wales, loads of time left for England to close the game out. And Harriet Dickens just trying to get it across there to Rachel Tibka. And she's been marshalled quite tightly by her opposing number 5, that's Eve Burns-Thomas, but a ball has come into a central area, and a really, really, really good hand from Charlotte Turpin to take it away from Harriet Dickens, who was certain to bag a hat-trick there. She would have had a one-on-one shot with Chloe Ralph, but Wales have come up with Natalie Smith on this right-hand side, trying to drive into the English area, but she's now being confronted by Lucy Blankenship. She got it across there to Charlotte Turpin, the lady that was making the interception, but she was fouled.
Someone's got to drive.
And now
that somebody is Natalie Smith.
She's been closely attended to again there by Lottie Winstanley. But a fantastic strike.
Oh, bum, Scorchio. What a goal from Charlotte Turpin. Again, the 16-year-old having a blinder of a game.
So Charlotte Turpin's 2nd goal of the morning. It's her 4th goal in this tournament. And she has pulled Wales right back into contention now. It's 5-3. 3.5 minutes left in this second quarter, and Wales have worked hard. They've stuck to their basics and they're back in it.
Yeah, and again, head coach Charles Ward, he's using his bench well. He's bringing players in when they need a rest. They're putting their hand up, because they're working hard for him, and when they put the hand up, they deserve to be out, knowing that their colleagues on the roster bench will come in and do the same job.
Yeah, meanwhile it's that lady again, Holly Toon, assisting, and it's Harriet Dickens who completes the hat-trick. And that brings her to 7 for the tournament, and that was a really good response from England.
Absolutely. It shows that both sides are determined to, when one scores, the other team, it's a really good game to watch, Kieran.
Yeah, fantastic game. Great start to the morning's action. Wales just have to do it all over again now and try and get back into it. They have a chance with Natalie Smith winning a foul, trying to pop it into that central area where there are 2 Welsh players playing that 2 centre forward role, as you were saying, yes, to Sarah Rogers.
Oh, there you go. Sarah Rogers, the Otter player, scored another wonderful goal. And exactly that point, the coach for Wales, Darrell, he's realised he needs to get the certain formations that he knows his team like to play. So that double drive, that double hole, worked really well there, and it's brought Wales to 6-4.
So maybe that's something that Darrell Ward has seen and will continue to work on, is that double centre forward act. It worked quite well there. It also gives the keeper much more to think about, Mick, doesn't it? Because you're looking at 4 people.
Exactly. So with players either side of the keeper.
Oh, great hands by Chloe Ralph.
Great save.
To save from Perkins. Yeah, so it's given the keeper much more to think about when the ball is being played in.
Yep, Darrell. Yep. So again, Darrell's looking at that, and then the head coach for England will also have a think about, well, what can I do to nullify those types of double plays? So really fascinating how the coaches are going to look at this now going into the second half.
Yeah, and here's Holly Toon. Really good finish from Toon. That's her first goal today. It's her 7th goal of the tournament. And one thing about this English team, Mick, is every time they get a setback, they respond.
Yeah, listen, Holly Toon is a class act. The Tilsey utility player. She's had GB caps, vice captain GB under 17, under 19 European Championships. So you always know that a player of Holly Toon is going to score in that type of position when the opportunity arises.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it arises, she is more than able to take it. Meanwhile, it is Sarah Rogers for Mali, for Natalie Smith. And again, Wales trying to work something, playing at centre forward there. They've gone for just the typical one up top, and they found that one. And that one is Emma Pern, and Pern just tried to work something, but it was dealt with by Cornell on the far side and back to Maddie Caltrop. And England now have possession with just over a minute and a half left on the clock. And they're driving down this right-hand side with Rachel Tibke, and Tibke's been fouled there by Chesworth Rickards. But it's into the central area to Perkins. Another goal for the brilliant Emily Perkins.
Yeah, and look, you have to say about the Welsh side, I mean, from what we saw on the first match against Ireland, what we've seen yesterday against Scotland and today against England, it's probably fair to say that Darrell Ward was accurate in saying he did give too much respect to Ireland, because the Welsh side we're seeing this morning and yesterday is far more improved. But that's testament to the team themselves, that they've come out to show what they're made of. So really playing well, Wales.
Yeah, and I suppose, Mick, there are things you learn over the course of a tournament.
Absolutely. It's all a learning curve. So the experience of not being tuned in on Friday night against Ireland. So they're really showing what they're made of in this match against England. Really fantastic stuff.
England doing really good defending. Holly Toon was back there, as was Lucy Blankenship, and Maddie Caltrop very ably assisted in her defensive duties by her defence. Cornell gives it out now as far as Brooksbank, and Brooksbank was fouled by Rosie Griffiths, and England just starting to control the game a little bit more with Holly Toon with a shot, but it was well blocked down, and Wales have won it back, and that was a really good block, and that block came in from Emma Pern.
Yeah, Emma having a great game. Really strong block there.
So Joanna Chesworth Rickards, she has options to her left, and that's the one she takes for Griffiths, and it's come back in now, and Wales just trying to work something, but Cornell doing a lot of really tight marking there on the Welsh number 7. That's Jodie Davis, but there has been an infringement, and England are coming out.
Yeah, and nice to see a smile there between the two players, Eve Burns on the Wales side, and that lady Emily Perkins. They're fighting hard but can still have a little smile, so that's good sportsmanship.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Jodie Davis was getting hands on Amelia Brooksbank. And Brooksbank just stood back, found the option. The option was Harriet Dickens, and Dickens with a really good finish, and that's her 4th of the morning. She's been exceptional.
Absolutely. It's been, all across the entire team for England. They're just really, in fairness, Kieran, both sides playing really well.
Yeah, and that was just a shot there to run the clock down, but it was never going to trouble Maddie Caltrop. And there goes the half-time whistle. So it's England who have the advantage by 9 goals to 4. And we will see you for the third quarter in just a moment. All right, welcome back to the third quarter here at the National Aquatic Centre in Dublin, where we've been treated to a very good opening game in this final round of the Women's Home Nations Tournament. England, who are shooting from left to right in this third quarter in the white and red caps, and Wales from right to left in the change caps today of navy with the white writing. They were, of course, in the white caps with the navy writing, but it would have been a very difficult job up here for my eyes, and maybe for yours too, Mick O'Kane, to have spotted them had they both been wearing white, but thankfully there's been a change. So both teams just getting onto the line and getting ready for the third swim off. But the officials are happy enough with where everyone is positioned. And the swim off commences, and the ball is just about to float in the water, and England have won it there with Cornell. Cornell gives it back to Brooksbank, and she's going to try and just pick the right pass here and probe the way through the Welsh defence, but it's been well intercepted. But it's luckily for an English point of view come back to them, and the hand was coming in there from Rosie Griffiths, and had she got that, there would have been a chance for Jodie Davis to get away, but that didn't happen. And meanwhile, Brooksbank has found a great pass inside to Holly Toon, and Holly Toon has got her second goal of the morning and a really good start to the third quarter.
Absolutely, yep. Nice goal, and makes Wales have to get going again. We're 10-4.
So it's that game of just millimetres there, where Wales nearly had an interception and would have been on the attack, and suddenly the ball is in the back of their net. So credit to England, they're tuned in, they're very efficient in front of goal. Here's Joanna Chesworth-Rickards for Wales. Oh, what a hit that was!
Oh, what a goal from Joanna Chesworth-Rickards, the CWM Drake player. Phenomenal goal. Fantastic. 10-5.
Yeah, good response immediately from Wales and from Chesworth-Rickards. her third goal of the tournament. She'd be delighted with that one.
Oh, that's exactly what they needed to get them back into this game, to rattle the cage, and great goal there. 10-5.
Was it good defending? It wasn't, I don't think. I think there might have been brilliant finish. England just took it really well, took it really quickly, and the finish came there from Lottie Winstanley. Did the extra player there for those number of seconds, Mick, but it didn't really matter because the ball was in the net before the Welsh player got time to lead the
Yeah,
pool.
Lottie, the 18-year-old centre forward from Watford, junior caps, under 17, EU Nations. So again, what we're seeing, Kieran, is both teams, both coaches bringing through players from underage right up to senior. So this is fantastic to see.
Yeah, and I suppose, Mick, the one thing that's come across from all nations, but particularly here with England and Scotland, is there's so many young players and they're going to have bright futures.
Yeah, and look, it's the blueprint for success. We know with the Irish coaches Gary O'Brien and Goran Sablic, we're looking at the younger players, and the underage sides are also being developed in being looking to play for these types of sides and these types of tournaments. Yeah,
well, another player who's really showing her quality this weekend is Lottie Winstanley. That's her second goal in quick succession, her second of the day, and it's her fourth goal of the tournament, but she's been very instrumental in all the good things that England are doing. And I think England will be very happy with how they've responded to all of these Welsh attacks.
Yeah, and look, Lottie getting a second goal in quick succession, that's shown her workmanship and working really hard for a team, and she's just got out for a small, well-deserved rest. Again, the head coach for England using the roster, using the bench really well.
Yeah, and Wales just trying to play a cheeky one in behind the English line, but Holly Toon really well tuned into that one, and now a chance at the other end for another English goal, and a lovely, lovely finish from Kelsey Evans.
Yeah,
well read from Holly Toon, and another great pass.
But it was all about the pass, Kieran. Like, what a great pass to spot Kelsey free down that right side, and she finished really well. The vice captain for GB under 19. So across this England side, captains, vice captains at underage, all come together as a senior team. Really mighty stuff.
Yeah, it's a credit to the work that's been done in English water polo. And here's a chance now of a steal, and a really good effort this would be if it goes in. It was well read there by Lucy Blankenship. She just copped the pass, and now she's one-on-one with Chloe Ralph, and this would seal the deal. And a brilliant finish from Lucy Blankenship.
The 15-year-old, Kieran, from City of Manchester. Again, what talent on the England team, and for a player of Kelsey or Lucy to go and finish like that. Again, GB under 17, EU Nations player. So a young side, but real confidence.
Yeah, and she just really read the pass there from Millie Purchase-Smith and intercepted it, and a deadly finish from the English number 6, and that automatically puts it to 14-5, and England in a really commanding position now with 2.5 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I still like what I see with this Welsh side. Again, brilliant win yesterday against Scotland, and they have played similarly today. So lots and lots of positives for the head coach for the Welsh side. Darryl, he'll be really pleased. Even at 14-5, his team are fighting and working hard, just like we saw there. Yeah. Exactly to that point. Brilliant determination by
Mally Evans,
the 15-year-old.
Yeah, and now fantastic a chance for Millie Purchase-Smith after Chloe Ralph released her. Back to Chesworth Rickards, and she has very little in front of her to aim at, and she can see that, but she's popped a little pass for Purchase-Smith, and Purchase-Smith now been well attended, so she might have to go back. She does indeed to Chesworth Rickards, and there is an option wide right if she wants it, and Chesworth Rickards decides to go for Purchase-Smith, who stands up and hits a good shot, but it was just to the right and wide. And England, I think, have changed their goalkeeper again, as they've done all tournament. It's now Madeleine Brown is back in.
Yeah, it was a great effort from Millie Purchase-Smith, the Welsh Wanderers centre forward, who's recently qualified as a carpenter and is now studying product design at university. So multitasker, Millie Purchase-Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good hands there from Chloe Ralph to deny Lucy Blankenship a hat-trick. Good save by the Welsh number 1. A carpenter is into product design. Two nice traits to have.
Yeah, and she's shown great skills with how she can technically work through the play. So those skills coming to the fore in water polo and swimming, Kieran.
Yeah, absolutely. Good effort there from Natalie Smith, but a good save from Madeleine Brown. And England, it's a facet they've shown over both the ladies and the men's. That they changed their keeper for both half, and it really is a great tactic.
It is, and you know, it says a lot about all the coaches over the tournament that they're given their entire roster opportunities to play, and particularly goalkeepers, Kieran. Goalkeepers, you know, only have one in the sticks, you know, in the cage, as we say, and so for both keepers to be getting game time is really good from all the coaches, have to say it. It also keeps both keepers on their toes, believe you me.
I remember talking to an ex-League of Ireland goalkeeper, I won't mention names, but he said being in the sticks when you have a bad day, you feel like you're out on the sticks. So it's a lonely place when things aren't going well in there.
It sure is, but that's what makes keepers what they are. They have the ability to, you know, even if a goal slips in, they regroup and they go again.
Yeah, and a really good round the corner effort from Holly Toon there, but Chloe Ralph was happy enough to see it go out.
Yeah,
to
and look,
her left
you know,
and wide.
in terms of the goalkeepers, it is a quite specialty position in water polo. When we have players at young age at academies, you know, a lot of them will put the hand up to be goalkeepers, but to actually progress to be a keeper, the work you have to do, strong leg work, and the ability to read the game and be able to stop shots in quick, you know, instinctive, you know, hands up, and then watching and marshalling. It's a really specialty position. So, you know, they really are brilliant players and vital to any water polo team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose it's a facet, like we saw yesterday, were quicker swimming teams. We saw how Ireland in the men's team, they felt that they could swim at the English men's team and get at them. And you've strong players, you have fast swimmers, you have long throwers. But a keeper needs to have all the same facets across the game. Yeah,
like, you know, to do goalkeeper in water polo, you have to have exactly all of those skills. And sometimes some players, I know for Wales, for example, they have a lady on their roster who is a goalkeeper, but also likes to play out. So sometimes keepers, you know, may end up, you know, putting on an outfield hat if the coach turns around and says to them, "Will you play outfield?"
So Joanna Chesworth-Rickards being held up there by Emily Perkins, and she has an option to her left hand side and she decides to take it. It's Charlotte Turpin back into the action, and back for Chesworth-Rickards, and it popped into the hole, but good defending there from Emily Brooksbank. Another very impressive player is Brooksbank.
Absolutely, you know, she's really playing well, so yeah, fantastic stuff.
Lovely little pirouette in the air there from Holly Toon, and she just a little gasp when she shot that. She knew it wasn't far away, but unfortunately for her, it has gone wide, and Wales have a chance here, one-on-one. A good little pass there, but I don't think Millie Purchase-Smith knew much about giving that ball to Megan Curtis, and Curtis now been tackled heavy, but she's done well to get it back to Chesworth-Rickards, and Wales trying to work something, and they've gone wide for this attack, not getting much joy centrally, and not getting much joy from the wide areas either, because Madeleine Brown is just as up to it as Maddie Caltrop.
Yeah, and the Welsh number 10, Charlotte Turpin there, we talk about having that advantage of a left-handed player on the right side. She was aiming to use that in that attempt.
Yeah, there's
and
another
just
one.
As we say that, England get another goal in the fantastic
Lucy Blankmanship. A hat-trick for her, 5 for the tournament. And that just, I suppose, typifies the game. Wales are huffing and puffing, but they cannot blow the English house down. And England just come up the field and stick in the back of the net.
Yeah. I mean, at 15-5, you know, like that, another strong goal for England. But, you know, it keeps repeating it during this match. Wales have played extremely well, so they can be really happy with the performance. But I know as a player, you know, I still play a little bit Division 2 Leinster. Even when you're losing, you still want to keep trying. You still want to do your best on behalf of your teammates and your coach. So Wales will not stop doing that. Will not stop trying to get forward and get goals. It's just innate in every water polo side.
And Mick, just speaking about the Leinster Division 2 League, it's great to have so many different divisions and competitions for people who want to play water polo?
Yeah, look, I mean, we actually won the Leinster Division 2 this season, Kieran, and believe me, even at the age I'm at, I'm a little bit older than some of the players in front of us, but you still enjoy playing it. We did really well to win that league. We actually beat St. Vincent, so no mean feat, has to be said.
So a Leinster Division 2 league and an Irish Senior Cup in 6 years, not bad going.
Thanks very much, Kieran.
And there goes the whistle for the end of the third quarter, and it's England who will be much the happier. They lead by 15-5, and we see you for the fourth quarter in just a moment. All right, welcome back to the fourth and final quarter of the opening game here in this round 3 of the Ladies Home Nations live from the National Aquatic Centre here in Dublin. It's England who have the advantage. They are 10 to the good here with 8 minutes to go. They lead by 15-5 as the fourth and final swim-off commences, and it's England who are shooting from left to right in this second half. They've won it again, and it's in the hands there of Winstanley, and as quick as it would, is out to Kelsey Evans, and Kelsey decides to pop it back into Cornell, and in the hole there is Winstanley, and a good hand in from the Welsh number 10 Charlotte Turpin, but illegally so. Emily Perkins trying to get away from her marker, and she did, but a really good bat down after she'd gotten away from Natalie Taylor. It was Chloe Ralph she had to beat, and Chloe was more than equal to it, Mick.
Yeah, and look, that's a good example of play again, where both players out on the wing, particularly Amelie trying to get a shot away, and then being really strongly marshalled by her opposite number. So no matter where you play in water polo, you have to be ready for any shots that might come your way, whether you're trying to put them in the net or trying to block them.
Yeah, and this Chloe Ralph girl, she can really play, and she's a very solid goalkeeper and proved her worth there, as Harriet Dickens is trying to track back and get into more central areas defensively for England, as Wales just trying to work it down the far side now. And it was Rosie Griffiths out to Natalie Taylor, and Taylor just pops it in now centrally, and England trying to defend, and they have done really well to snuff out the chance there from Millie Purchase-Smith, and they did well to surround her and turn the ball over, Mick.
Yeah, and look, that was great play from Natalie Taylor out there on the right wing. And to my point about a goalkeeper, Natalie is a goalkeeper but is also on the roster to play out, and she's playing on the wing today. She got 23 caps, 30 years of age, and Natalie is a fitness instructor with the RAF, Kieran.
Yeah, fantastic.
Fit lady.
And fantastic save there from Chloe Ralph once again, as Wales trying to drive right at the heart of the English defence with Griffiths, and Griffiths has found, is it Purchase-Smith in the hole, and Purchase-Smith just trying to get away from the attentions of Cornell, and Cornell nearly did the job. Back to Griffiths. Griffiths shot and beaten down with the right hand by Madeleine Brown. So the referee not entirely happy there. I think he's asking for Natalie Taylor to exit the pool. Indeed he has, because she was holding on to Kelsey Evans, and Kelsey Evans given it inside Amelie Perkins, and Perkins, will she take the shot herself or will she come right? She's gone right, and England just trying to work her way back into a central area. Rachel Tibka, she's popped it across now to Cornell, and Cornell doing defensive duties, doing attacking duties well as well, but Chloe Ralph palmed it down only as far as Harriet Dickens has come out to the far side to Evans, and Evans got it in.
Another
but
great
good
block.
flick down, and it's back
Really
into safe
good
hands. Well, it's not back
defending.
into safe hands actually, and it's now gone for a corner. Well, there's a mix up there between Chloe Ralph and Sarah Rogers after good touchback from Mally Evans. Little bit of confusion in the Welsh defence.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pity for them, because they've done so well to nullify that attack. But hopefully they can keep their focus here to see if they can stop England scoring another goal.
Yeah, and England had an extra player there, and they haven't.
Brilliant defending again.
They haven't just
Brilliant defending from Chloe Ralph and Mally Evans there. That was, they blocked the first attempt, a corner for England, and they blocked the second attempt. Brilliant defending from Wales, Kieran.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wales had a player down there too, Mick, so really good defence from them. England probably won't be overly disappointed because the game is effectively over, but would have been nice for them to have punished.
Doesn't matter for Wales. Every block, everything counts, and they'll be really, really happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here is Sarah Rogers. Rogers just throwing the ball away because the shot clock had elapsed, and England now just inside the 5-minute mark have got it forward. But it was well intercepted there by Purchase Smith.
Well intercepted,
but she doesn't have much or many options
Smith,
in front of her, but she's going to drive, and she has options to the left-hand side here in Jodie Davis, and she's given it to Davis, and Davis
Bristol
doesn't
player
have much in front of her, and Jodie Davis was fouled there by Lottie Winstanley, and Davis just pops it straight into a central area and allows Rosie Griffiths to attack, and attack she does, and a good left-handed save from Madeleine Brown, so she's equally as comfortable off both sides.
Absolutely. Really, really nice save.
Brown for Kelsey Evans. And Kelsey Evans, now England have two players in those centre forward areas, and they're more than happy to drive. They see that Amelie Perkins not just getting the same success she got in earlier games in the tournament, so they're allowing Cornell to go in there. And now, interestingly, Cornell pulling away, and they're playing it wide, trying to just pull and move that Welsh defence everywhere. Make really good play.
Yeah, and again, because they know that the Welsh defence is really strong at the moment. So the only way to look at finding gaps is to move that ball around and see if you can find an actual gap.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Wales standing up to the test, has to be said.
Yeah, we've seen a lot over this tournament, and you see it at high level water polo where the tactics board is used and the coaches are demonstrating very basketball-esque with the timeouts of how they're going to manipulate the defences, and that was a really good example there, although it didn't come into an English goal, of how they are trying to manipulate the Welsh defence and move them from left to right.
Yeah, which is why water polo is so fascinating to watch, because it looks in simplistic terms quite straightforward, up and down the pitch, but there's a lot to it. Formation, so the teams are constantly listening, learning. Whether you're at academy level or whether you're at international level, you're always looking to improve.
Yeah, absolutely. And England really showing their quality here, but Wales getting hands-on defensively, but England have gotten away, and a good finish to the bottom right-hand corner of the net. And I'm sorry, Mick, but I can't see the number on that one, and she's holding it up to us there just as I say it, but I still can't see it. I think it might have been Harriet Dickens, was it?
Number 5.
Oh, it is 5. Cornell. Rachel Tibka,
the City of Liverpool player. Yeah, well done, Rachel. And look, to the point about the coaching team for Wales, Darryl Ward, Hannah Linton, assistant coach, and Cathy Chesworth, they'll be really pleased with what their Welsh side have done, over these 3 days. And big thank you to them for bringing such a good, young, developing side. So they should, kudos to the entire Welsh backroom team, all their supporters, family and friends that have travelled over to Dublin for the Four Nations tournament here at the National Aquatic Centre. Well done, Team Wales, so far.
Yeah, that goal actually did come from Harriet Dickens, so that's her 5th of the morning. It's her 9th goal of the tournament, and she's had a really good tournament as well. The English number 2. Meanwhile, here is the Welsh number 2, Mally Evans, but the ball has been turned over. And I know you have been impressed with a lot of these English players, Mick, and a lot to watch for the future.
Yeah, and again, to the coach Cathy Cutler of Otter, Rose Younger of Swim England, and Victoria Dickens City of Manchester. They have put so much into this team, the planning, the logistics, making sure the team are happy with where they are, where they're staying, recovery. So you can see that in their performance here this morning as well. They're really able to bring 100% to this early Sunday morning match. So both coaching teams doing a great job here.
Yeah, and on my drive in this morning, as I saw yesterday morning too, it's lovely to see. You saw the Welsh team just walking in here, and it's one thing we touched on yesterday. We know this is a class facility here in the National Aquatic Centre, and indeed in the whole complex. Good shot, but it's just gone wide there from Rosie Griffiths. But the complex here obviously is class, but the surrounding area, we have so many amenities, hotels, etc., and everything within walking distance. So it's lovely when we can host an event here, and then you get the privilege of seeing the team walking in for their tournament game or whatever, not having to be bussed around the city. Yeah,
and look, I see some academy players from my own club, North Dublin, are here. I see there's other clubs like St Vincent's, Clontarf, Drogheda, Athlone, Corrib, Tribes, Clonard, Cathal Ards, Bangor, Lisburn. So having young players here to watch these fine teams also inspires all of these young players to one day want to represent Ireland in such a type of competition.
Yeah, and the effort there from Mally Evans. You could hear the collective groan from the Welsh bench. They knew that wasn't far away. And I suppose in Ireland, obviously, we've got good facilities here. We've got the beautiful Ora in Bangor. We've got the new facility in Craigavon. So we are getting there, one in Limerick, but more investment is needed, and particularly maybe if we could get one down south in Cork.
Yeah, there's been so much work to make facilities like the NAC available here. Oh, another lovely goal, has to be said. Fine effort, fine goal there from the number 6 again, Lucy Blankenship. She's had a fine tournament, has to be said.
Yeah, that's her 6th goal of the tournament. It's her 4th this morning.
But yeah, back to that point, Bangor, the National Aquatic Centre, University Limerick, these are fine facilities that are used for swimming and they're used for water polo. And the work of Swim Ireland Water Polo is to attract players to the sport. The transition from swimming clubs to water polo, we talk about that a lot. The pathway, and it isn't just these big facilities, it's the smaller pools around the country, Kieran. Whether it's a school pool, whether it's a local pool in a particular town all around Dublin, they all have to be joined together. It's connecting the dots to have the platform at base level, to have clubs. My own club, North Dublin, we have an academy going on this afternoon out in Ballymun, and I'll be out there helping after the fine 3 days I've had here. We all put a bit in, and we want to keep making the game accessible to young players and all across the country.
Yeah, point well made. So we're inside the final minute here, and Wales just trying to get another one. Oh, the wee smile on the face there from Emma Byrne. She's just had no luck this morning. 2 goals for the tournament, and she knew that one wasn't that far away.
Yeah, it's always worth the pop, with a minute or so less on the clock, getting yourself on the score sheet or getting one more goal, but good effort. Natalie Taylor again working hard there. Natalie has played so many times for Wales, and she's also captained the RAF ladies team, so brilliant performance from Natalie and her teammates here this morning at the Four Nations National Aquatic Centre.
Yeah, meanwhile, Harriet Dickens has got her 6th goal, and she's now double digits for the tournament, Mick. That's her 10th goal of the tournament, and she's been absolutely fabulous this morning.
Yeah, indeed. With 22 seconds on the clock, England will be really pleased, having lost to that strong Irish team yesterday afternoon, to come away with a 2nd win over this Four Nations. They'll be quite pleased with that. And Wales will also, I believe, be very pleased with what they've done and seen.
Yeah, and another person that'll be very pleased here this morning is our productions man, Colin O'Neill. He has a fantastic night celebrating Nottingham Forest staying in the Premier League. So congratulations,
and just as
Colin.
we say that, another goal. Oh, in fact, it is a goal, indeed.
So England's
one more for England, 19-5.
19th goal of the morning. That is time up here in the first of our 4 live games here in HBV this morning. England have beaten Wales by 19 goals to 5.
And there it is.
And that there is the full-time whistle. Congratulations to England, commiserations to Wales, and thank you for both playing your part in what's been a brilliant tournament. We will be back with the presentation of Ireland and Scotland in just a few moments.